Let's cross over to our Abuja studios now, where Maupe is standing by. Hello, Maupe.
Well, hello, Melinda. Barka de Sala to you. We're starting in the south of the country. Now, after reporting the poor state of the Asaba-Onitsha Expressway several times on our news bulletins, Channel's television reporters have confirmed that the Federal Management Agency, that's FERMA, has finally begun repair works on the highway. We reported that the portion of the road on the Asaba end of the expressway remained in a deplorable state, hindering the smooth flow of traffic. Commuters and motorists had also lamented the poor state of the road, where they're forced to spend several hours. Now, with the repairs, motorists and other road users may now have reasons to heave a sigh of relief and hope for better times on the road. And a bit of politics now. More candidates have continued to emerge from various political parties in Anambra State ahead of the November governorship election. The Independent Democrats is one of the new political parties that has a new governorship candidate. The governorship election will hold on November the 18th.
With the September the 4th deadline for the conclusion of the governorship primary elections in Anambra State, the stage is set for the race to the government house in Awka as candidates for the November 18th polls have started emerging. The chairman of the primary committee of Mega Party, Mr. Hygienison Dukaife, announces Mrs. Praise Okechukwu as the candidate of the party after a consensus is reached and 3 other aspirants withdraw their bid in support of her.
All the members of Mega Party, you people are too much.
Franklin Indife also emerges the flag bearer of the Independent Democrats.
I hereby present to you Mr. Indife Franklin I, the governorship candidate of our great party in the 2017 governorship primary.
Nollywood actor Yul Edochie emerges the governorship candidate of the Democratic People's Congress, the DPC, in a peaceful primary election conducted in Awka.
I want you to know, my imagine today as the candidate of this party is not a coincidence. No matter is it a coincidence. Rather, it is incidental to a very carefully orchestrated divine mandate.
As candidates throw in their hats for the high-stake governorship polls in Anambra State, only one candidate will be crowned. Who will the cap fit?
Well, in Cross River State, they've joined the League of States looking inwards to diversify and grow their economies through agriculture. Governor Ben Ayade's administration is introducing the Kibbutz system of farming, which allows indigents to own little portions of farms with assistance from the state government.
Cross River State, south Nigeria, like some other states in the country, is blessed with good soil texture for farming. The state government wants it to be easy to embrace agriculture, and that's why Governor Ben Ayade is encouraging farming among its citizens through the Israeli know-how system, popularly called Kibbutz.
I use this opportunity once more to tell every Cross Riverian that you must own a farm. You must own a farm. If every one of us has a hectare or 2, and that's why I'm introducing, as I return now, the Kibbutz system, which is an Israeli system where every small person has one small farm. Government comes to you, assists you to do the harvest, pay you off, allow you to grow another. We need massive supply of corn. I have to put a team to go to South Africa and to return to Germany, where I've concluded discussions with corn farmers who will come here and introduce the new modern digital corn farming techniques.
According to Cross Riverians, farming remains the safest way out of poverty and hunger, and they are willing to push the state's agricultural sector to be the most productive in the country.
Really, this is what creates wealth. Farming creates wealth. a seed will give you up to 200 seeds.
Encouragement for the youth to really see farming as a way of life. I think if we do that, we'll be better off than all this dependence on one source of economy.
Their hope is that the government will match its words with action soon to enable youth begin to see farming as another way of life.
And that's all from Abuja. It's back to you, Melinda.
Thank you so much, Maupe. In Benue State, the government has begun the public primary school enrollment program ahead of the 2017-2018 academic session to capture the children who dropped out of school. The enrollment campaign, which is the second phase of the government's reform program, is to help people get a better education.
This is the aftermath. Some of the buildings destroyed in Benue State during herdsmen attacks between 2013 and 2015. The intractable conflict has left over 1,480 public primary schools destroyed, while leaving many pupils to attend classes under trees. Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom's administration is now taking steps to rehabilitate and build over 700 new structures. Aiming to encourage public school enrollment, the state has flagged off zonal stakeholders' campaigns with parents, teachers, and community leaders from Benue's northeast.
All of you that are here, that this is our responsibility. All these schools, the education of our children is not just my own responsibility as the executive chairman and neither of the management. It is the collective responsibility of every single parent.
At the stakeholders meeting in Benue South Senatorial District held in Otukpo, parents advised the state government to speed up work and complete the projects.
There is no parent that will have multiple children and will not be happy. And education for all is the development of the country in future. Nigeria, especially Benue State, has no industry, but education is the only viable industry we have in Benue State.
As the enrollment program convenes in Makurdi, the state capital, the executive chairman speaks on the gains of the enrollment drive of 2016 and the expectations for this year.
We are hoping that the activities that we have been doing, the new academic session where parents bring in more children, we are going to have as much as up to 600 or over 600,000 children.
One of the public school administrators is urging the state government to sustain the enrollment program.
The past government didn't do much, and that weakened the morale of the parents and even that gave birth to the dropout. Because if you go to another issue is the lack of teachers now. Because if you go to some schools, we have about 2 teachers per stream.
With 300 new classroom blocks completed and the open grazing prohibition law banning open grazing from November 2017, public schools are expected to be safer and conducive for learning.
An economist will be sharing his perspective about how to create more jobs in Nigeria and has details on Business News.
You first. First Bank.
Thanks a lot, Melinda. Well, there are 15 public holidays in Nigeria every year, which affects the economy of the country, creating a loss of about $20 billion. Suggesting a solution, the chief executive of financial derivatives company, Mr. Brisma Kriwani, says it is time for Nigeria to improve on its labor productivity index, which is estimated at 3%.
That there is a productivity issue in Nigeria. Labor productivity growth is minus 1.5%, in fact, minus 2 to 3%, right? Which means that labor productivity is going at minus 2%, while the economy is going at about, in a good year, due to grow at about 5%. But now the economy is going at minus 1.5. So when you add the two together, you are getting negative output of some sort. So the productivity, is it a function of time or a function of work ethic? So a lot of Nigerians, even when they come to work, they're not working, they're not producing anything. So I don't want to tie the number of days, work-free days, to the economy that tightly. I think that, yes, it is true that the number of public holidays are quite excessive, 15. But even when the days they are working, what kind of productivity do we get?
Atlas Mara, a major investor in Nigeria's Tier 2 lender, Union Bank, has announced the completion of 42% equity sale for Fairfax Africa through the issuance of new shares and convertible bond. The lender says the proceeds, which will amount to $200 million, will be used to increase its holdings of Union Bank Nigeria PLC. But currently, which is shopping for about 50 billion naira via rights issues. Just last month, the BOD Diamonds Financial Services Group said it planned to increase its interest in Union Bank to about 45%. Atlas Mara shares were up 2% to £2.50 at lunchtime today in London, extending its gains to 33% year to date. The Nigerian government has unveiled new guidelines on the revived export expansion grant in Lagos. Highlights of the new documents include the replacement of the negotiable duty certificate with export credit certificate. The Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, Mr. Segun Awolowo, said the export credit certificate will be used for payment of value-added tax, company income tax, purchase of government bonds, settlement of government loans, among other things. The export grant is a post-shipment incentive which was introduced by the government to help improve the competitiveness of Nigerian products and expand the volume and value of non-oil exports. Well, the Kenyan stock market fell sharply today as investors reacted to the Supreme Court's decision to annul the presidential election won by incumbent Uhuru Kenyatta. The Nairobi All-Share Index finished at 3.96% in the red, starting the new month on a negative note. The Nairobi Securities Exchange Broad Index had lost 21.15% since the start of 2017. Another currencies market, the Kenya shilling, was priced lower at 103.2 on the US dollar. And talking about the Kenyan market, it plunged by 3.7% today owing to political tensions. Let's check out other world markets. Let's see the numbers right now. Business News Tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anne Owawado. It's back to you, Melinda.
You first. First Bank.
Many thanks, Anne. Still ahead on the news at 10. Super Eagles of Nigeria get closer to qualifying for next year's World Cup after crushing Cameroon 4-0 in Uyo. That's on Sports News. Join us again.